Life Lessons at the Crossroads. Today's message is for the planners, the dreamers, the ones who mapped it all out and tried to follow the right steps, only to realize life doesn't always follow your vision board. Have you ever had everything lined up in your head, but nothing looked like what you prayed for? You loved God, you trusted Him, but the path took a turn, and now you're wondering, did I miss it? Did God change His mind? In today's story, we meet a woman who did everything right. But when the plan fell apart, she had to learn that surrender is not the end of the dream. It's the beginning of God's version. If you're wrestling with disappointment, delays, or just a whole lot of, why isn't this happening yet? Lean in. This is your reminder that even when it didn't go as you planned, God's still in control. Here's today's story. It didn't go as planned. Jasmine had a plan, a good one. By 30, she was going to be married, have 2 kids, own a home, and be leading her own business. She had the journals, the vision boards, the 5-year plan. She even had a Pinterest board labeled God's timing. But if she was honest, it felt more like her timeline. The only problem? Life didn't follow the script. At 30, she wasn't married. She was in a small apartment, freelancing to pay the bills. Her relationship had just ended, and the business idea she prayed over had completely stalled. God, I thought we had a deal. I trusted you, but this doesn't look like anything I prayed for. She started to feel like maybe she missed it, or maybe God forgot her, or maybe the plan was never real to begin with. One day, Jasmine was out walking, venting to God like a friend who wasn't answering the phone. And suddenly, this phrase dropped into her spirit. I'm not punishing you. I'm protecting you. You built a plan, but I'm building you. She stopped walking and allowed the tears to come. And something began to break. Not her hope, but her grip. She realized she had been trying to follow God, but only if He followed her schedule. That night, Jasmine did something she never thought she'd do. She tore up her timeline, not in bitterness, but in surrender. She wrote a new prayer. God, I trust you more than I trust my plans. Build what you want, in your time. Just don't let me miss it because I was too busy trying to control it. And slowly, peace returned. Not because everything changed overnight, but because she did. Surrender isn't failure, it's freedom. Sometimes God's greatest gifts come through detours, and the things we think are delays are really divine reroutes. His plan may not match your expectations, but it will always exceed your imagination. Tear up the timeline, not because you gave up, but because you finally gave it to God. Whew, that one was for the hearts quietly breaking behind perfectly written plans. Because when life doesn't match what you pictured, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind or falling apart. But the truth is, God doesn't need your plan. He's working His own. Proverbs 19:21 reminds us, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. That doesn't mean your dreams are wrong. It just means His purpose is higher, wiser, stronger, and more complete. So if you're holding on to a plan that hasn't worked out, maybe it's time to ask, God, what are you building in me that's better than what I asked for? You're not off track. You're not forgotten. You're being formed. And the beautiful part is this. When you surrender your timeline, you make room for God's perfect timing. So breathe and release the pressure. And let Him write the story, one chapter at a time. If this spoke to your heart today, send it to someone else who might be grieving a plan that didn't pan out. And remember, you're still right on time because you're in His hands. We'll see you next time, right here at the Crossroads.